Hi, welcome to the Denmark Investors Forum. This is the opportunity for us to provide you information about Denmark, investors' information about Denmark, as well as to provide you some background in the business culture and society in order for you to make a wise decision to invest in our country. Just to provide you some additional information on Denmark, Denmark is a Scandinavian country in Northern Europe. The countries of Denmark and Greenland, as well as the Faroe Islands, constitute the Kingdom of Denmark. It is part of the southernmost Nordic countries, southwest of Sweden and southwest of Norway, as well as bordered by the south by Germany. As well, Denmark is a constitutional monarchy with a parliamentary system of government. Denmark is also very well known for being one of the happiest one of the happiest countries in the world. It is also has a mixed market capitalistic economy with a large welfare state, a planned large welfare state. Year over year, it also ranks as having the world's highest level of income equality across the people of Denmark, also known as Danes. The national language of Denmark is Danish, however, and as well as they hold close ties to that, and also a second language as being English. Denmark has also been a very progressive country. It was a founding member of NATO, and later on I'll also talk about its membership to the OECD, which is also a founding member of. So once again, everybody, just want to welcome you all, and we'll get started with our material to help you make wise decisions and the opportunity for you to invest in Denmark. Thank you. So why invest in Denmark? Denmark is actually known and characterized by minimal bureaucracy, high education, and also tax advantage for expatriates and members of the European Union. Denmark actually boasts as one of the easiest countries to doing business with, as well as ranks 6 amongst the World Bank statistics of ease of doing business, as well as there are key attractions to cost-effective establishment to procedures. So when going through government regulations, when going through construction, realty, it seems as though it is the policy of Denmark to ease the conditions for its investors. Furthermore, Denmark is what we call the gateway to the Scandinavian and Baltic Seas via the Copenhagen airport, as well as also has top quality infrastructure built into efficiency to get across to the different Northern European markets. And Denmark also has one of the most flexible labor forces in the world. Denmark enjoys as one of Europe's most advanced telecommunications infrastructure, and is also world leading in the utilization of broadband. What's also discussed earlier is the corporate tax rate of 25% for both domestic and expatriates to the country, as well as the culture. And as a people, we are very highly educated, university graduates, as well as our people have highly and usually multiple language skills to support the different global markets across the world. Some of the key sectors and global strengths for Denmark include life sciences, creative industry, manufacturing and non-manufacturing, maritime and shipping, being close to the Baltic Sea, as well as renewable and green technologies, and then also in its IT and non-IT related infrastructure to Denmark. Denmark also, across its supply base, is very friendly to small and medium-sized firms. You won't see many significant large firms that overtake the market share across Denmark. So we also favor the uniqueness and the technical capability of small to large firms. What I will also talk about is how progressive Denmark actually is and continues to be, and a little bit of history of its progressivism. As a founding member of the Organization for Economic cooperation, and development, Denmark promotes policies that will improve the economic and social well-being for people in Denmark and around the world. Denmark works with governments to understand what drives economic, social, and environmental change. Through working with the OECD, they also work with businesses and industry advisory and committees to really benchmark themselves on how they rank and improve their society and a culture for Denmark, as well as a member, contributing member to the OECD, other countries surrounding them. There are four main responsibilities as an OECD member that Denmark tries to improve on. First and foremost, it works with governments to help restore confidence in markets and the institutions and companies that make them function. This will require some improved regulation and more effective governance at all levels of political and business life. Secondly, and what Denmark is also famous for, is its public finance to help support sustainable economic growth for the future of Denmark, to ensure the healthy people and its institutions. Denmark is also supporting new sources of growth through innovation, environmentally friendly green growth strategies that help develop Denmark and also emerging countries. Finally, as well, Denmark looks at developing the skills and the productivity to satisfying today's and tomorrow's job market. Denmark's commitment to the OECD and its values should provide you an idea of how they'd like to continue to prosper as an economy and a society. So what we have here is really the management model that Denmark has incorporated into many of its public offered companies. And so we'll just get into each one of these topics. So if you look around it, it talks about charting the course. We want to make sure that Danish companies ensure that they provide a vision to help chart the course of the roadmap or technical roadmap, manufacturing roadmap that it would like to get into for its business endeavors. Wants to make sure it continues to set high expectations for either their employees, their society, their business structure, and other expectations that it may have of the environment it's in. What we also want to do is inspire others, Danish communities, Danish businesses, inspire other companies, inspire innovation, inspire growth, and economic sustainability. And then also we want to make sure that Danish companies deliver results. At the end, we want to make sure that the companies are continuing to stay profitable, are continuing to grow, and are continuing to expand through its domestic and international footprints that it continues to make. And then also finds a way. We as a culture strive and boast in finding ways to get business done, to create innovation, and finding ways to sustain the economic background of our companies and as our country. So let's look a little bit deeper into the Denmark or Danish economic management model for its public companies and even not private companies as well. So first and foremost, we always look at financial objectives. We want to make sure that companies that are within the territory and the country of Denmark continue to or create margins, earnings, and have cash on hand that will make sure the sustainability of the company itself. Also looking at two factors that make us more competitive are the productivity within the company, making sure that folks are always looking at improving gains and sustaining gains through productivity, as well as looking at our cost structures to improve how we make and produce and innovate the products and services that we create, as well as growth. What are some of the growth factors, customer satisfaction, and looking at what we can do to improve what we create or the service that we provide to ensure growth throughout Denmark, and then even establishing a footprint outside of the Denmark area. Through those areas, we hope to have economic profit and financial growth, And then as we look further to the right, we ensure that those that are invested within our companies and within our country, both for Danish and non-Danish folks, see a return on their investment through our stock price, as well as we are performing to our plan and have accountability for the company and its society and its environment and the people that work for it and its surrounding environment. So what this means is that we have a shared contribution and a shared investment for our stakeholders, our customers, our shareholders, as well as the communities and the Danish community that investors and companies will have in. We hope that this provides you a good outlook of how we plan to sustain and grow the companies and the commitment that Denmark has to establishing and creating new companies and ensuring that its stakeholders are favorably see a return on their investments. Another reason for investing in Denmark is year over year, Forbes has rated Denmark as one of the most happiest places on the planet. Traditionally, folks think of Disneyland, but in reality, Denmark has been highly rated year over year as one of the happiest and healthiest communities in the world. So as an investor or as a business or entity, this means that employees will continue to be happy for the most part and continue to drive innovation and growth for your company. As we all know, employees are the asset and the driving force to our businesses. So as a society, we continue to keep our community members happy through our governing bodies as well as through our institutions that we help support our individual community members. You as a business or as an investor will see that and gain those economies of scale by us already having this in place through your businesses and investments within Denmark. Before you invest, we also want to make sure you understand what some of the key concepts and values are for the Danish people. Punctuality is very key, very important in Denmark. Folks traditionally keep their appointments and are arranged well in advance. The dress code in Denmark is actually relatively casual and also places an emphasis in comfort. Working days, traditionally they start early and finish early. What you see is more of a banking environment, brick and mortar banking environment from an 8 to 4 or 9 to 5 schedule. And lastly, one of the key concepts is family. The family and the work environment is kept very separated, as well as people and the environment around Denmark is that family is one of the most important concepts to its society. The other great thing about the Danish society itself is its directness. People don't tend to back away from a hierarchical standpoint. If they feel confident in their decision or in the information, they are very frank about being direct and pointing out what their point of view may be. So this is a good opportunity for employees to be more engaged and involved in the business and the environment that goes on around them. And then finally, I just want to leave you all with a couple of notes. According to the World Bank, Denmark is 6 out of 183 countries in ease of doing business, and that's with construction, infrastructure, personnel, and then also, just as a keynote, Denmark has sustained its AAA rating. So I hope everybody enjoyed the material and hope that you continue and have the opportunity to invest with myself and Denmark. Thank you very much.